Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3, and this is our very special Money in the Bank Roundtable. We have the connoisseur of all reporting here with us, Romeo Anthony Cologne.
Money, 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 money.
And the co-host of the All Elite Recap, the man, Mr. Ratings, the Mr. New Rating System himself, Marcus Cash.
The fringe heel, so to speak.
We had to have Cash for Money in the Bank. We had to have him.
Absolutely, because a lot of people question if you even watch anything besides AEW.
Yeah, I watch anything American.
That's a shout out for our New Japan fans watching. But yes.
Hi, James Williams.
Hey. This is a very special Money in the Bank roundtable. We're going to review the WWE Money in the Bank 2020 pay-per-view. But before we get into anything, you know what to do. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoy the commentary and all the analysis, push that like button, post a comment down below, and give your thoughts on the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, what you thought about all the craziness in the pay-per-view, the WWE title match, the WWE Universal title match, and of course, push that subscribe button. You can push the iCard at the bottom and push the subscribe button and push the bell to stay notified for all the great content. So guys, Money in the Bank 2020, the most unique Money in the Bank ladder matches in history. What's your thoughts? Let's start from the end to the beginning and start with both Money in the Bank ladder matches. My response is that was not what I was expecting, and I laughed and I laughed and I laughed a lot.
Oh,
not what I was expecting, I think, is a fair assessment. I think it started off a lot funnier and then just more enraging as the match went on.
What enraged you the most, Marcus Cash?
I think the fact that since the food fight, which already upsets me because I'm so over food fights in the WWE, but since the food fight, Shayna Baszler disappeared.
That is?
No,
where the hell was she?
No. There was that scene in the hallway where she got, I think she got kicked by Asuka. She got the woman's right, which is Lacey Evans' finisher, and then she got chokeslammed into a wall by Nia Jax.
Was that after the food fight?
Yeah, that was after the food fight. I'm going to kick it over to Romeo because he is the quarterback for our new series, True Rewind. So, Romeo, quarterback us along and tell us what happened at Money in the Bank.
Holy shit. Well, the men started in the gym, and the women started in the lobby. Asuka jumps from above the elevators, takes everyone out, and takes the elevator right away. Just takes it up. Very genius, very smart.
He's dancing in the elevator. Fantastic.
She owned this entire match.
The women chase after Asuka through the stairs, it seems. Corbin breaks the gym windows, throwing a plate at it. Otis drops a barbell over AJ Styles. AJ begs Rey Mysterio to get it off of him. Rey dips.
He says that's loco.
Rey stops by the bathroom where Brother Love comes out of the stall and declares, "I love you."
And Rey responds with, "Me too, but I gotta go."
Which was unnecessary.
Two nice lines by Rey Mysterio early in the
match. Mark is so upset that Rey had two nice lines.
I'm so upset Rey's in the match, although they made my night at the end.
Oh, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. Dramatic music. What did you guys think about the dramatic music? I loved it. I thought this is what Edge and Orton needed, even Gargano Ciampa, but here I loved it.
I was like, Gargano and Ciampa needed more variation of music like this had, and yeah, Edge and Orton needed something beside those quiet commentators acting like they were in a library.
Yeah, I don't like the cinematic movie matches to begin with, but if you're gonna have it regardless, I kind of liked the different musics to kind of like, take you into different feelings. I didn't like how they randomly just started playing theme songs. Like I didn't need Stephanie's theme music hitting and like why? Just have like a dun 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 or whatever, but I don't need to hear her theme. There's no stereos anywhere.
One of the floors had some ring ropes for some reason. Bryan does some yes kicks to Corbin as he's tied up in them. Otis does a yes chant. Bryan gives him some yes kicks too. Fake ass Doink the Clown appears. What was that?
That wasn't even Doink.
Was that Frank the Clown?
Match.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Frank the Clown. It wasn't Doink the Clown. That was the most random part of that whole match.
That was Zoink the Clown.
There's a Money in the Bank conference room in which Dana Brooke grabs a fake briefcase hanging in the middle of the room. Stephanie McMahon appears, tells her that's not the actual briefcase, and then tells her to clean the shit up. Nia Jax is drooling all over the place.
And her exact line was that's gross, which I agree. Nia Jax is gross.
I was laughing at this for at least a good 5 minutes afterwards because they made Dana Brooke look like the biggest dupe on the planet. This chick thought she could climb a table.
They've been announcing for weeks that you can roof and climb a ladder on the roof.
When did you miss that part?
You thought the suitcase that had actual money or fake money in it was the Money in the Bank briefcase that's never been depicted on any commercial before?
It was a clear briefcase with fake dollar bills.
By the way, correct me if I'm wrong. Is this the part where Carmella hits the poster over Dana's head?
That's
Yes.
immediately after.
That she then
That she ran with.
That she wears as a gimmick for the rest of the match.
You better come out of SmackDown with that. Still in the poster.
We catch up to AJ Styles, who is walking down the hallway, and he gets triggered by a poster of The Undertaker.
I always beg on True Hill Heat for WWE not to insult my intelligence, to have some continuality. Thank you for this. This was I don't like The Undertaker this much post his false retirement, but this is the part where I was like, yeah, this is perfect. Yes, there would be random Undertaker shit at WWE headquarters to spook out AJ Styles.
Random Undertaker shit, but why are you spooked out about a poster and then there's just like a casket in a room with smoke and just purple lighting? Like,
Which he gets thrown in the room by Aleister Black. We then cut to Paul Heyman. Apparently there's some kind of buffet on some kind of floor, catering, and he's just enjoying himself.
Way to shit on Paulie, having him excited about it. That spot, I think, was planned strictly for his ladies and gentlemen line.
Yes, it set it up perfectly.
This is where the men and the women in this match cross paths. Otis loses his shit and declares a food fight, starting by throwing food immediately at Paul Heyman. I didn't laugh so hard all night until Shayna Baszler chokes out Rey Mysterio for no reason.
And he gets squished by the two fat asses. It was amazing.
I will say that, like Cash said at the beginning, this was a match that kind of like peaked early. This was the peak. The food fight was the peak of the match. Like, they should have went from the food fight straight to the roof and this match, because there was nothing going to be funnier than that.
I don't know the name of the instrumental that was playing here, but it's very common, very popular. It plays in a lot of commercials, and it was epic. Did you guys notice the theme that was playing here during the food fight? It goes da 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 da. That shit. Nia Jax power bombs Carmella through a table. Otis chows down in front of Nia. They have a very intense stare off.
And Nia looked disgusted at Otis, which is amazing. Some real pot and kettle stuff going on.
We get a John Laurinaitis cameo, People Power. He gets pie in the face. Asuka harasses a janitor for access to the roof. Dana Brooke busts her ass on the slippery floor. Do not run. Slippery while wet.
Did you hear that thud?
Dana
Brooke.
Brooke, the biggest doof on the planet. Like, literally, everyone ran on that floor before her. How is she the only one that took a flat back bump?
That part is that might make her smarter.
SP3, I have to disagree with you when you said the food fight was the peak. Because AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan walk right into Vince McMahon's office. And what happens there? Vince McMahon says, out! Out! And eventually, Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles do leave. But first, they fix the chairs that they accidentally moved. Very nice of them to do that. What did you guys think about that segment?
I figured they had to go into Vince's office, and Vince had to say something.
You had to.
Right, it had to. But them, like, after they fixed the chairs and walked out, and them sticking on Vince to just watch him pour way too much sanitizer on his hands. and write something in his notepad that we don't even get the payoff for. Like, we didn't even get the zoom in that says, fire Daniel and fire Angel.
We go straight to the roof, where the ladies are there first. We have a ring. We have plenty of ladders. Eventually, the men start to make their way there. Baron Corbin first. Asuka and Corbin both climb up the ladder. Asuka slaps Corbin and grabs the briefcase. She is your women's Money in the Bank winner.
I did not understand why Corbin, first of all, was trying to stop Asuka. And why he did that to Asuka. Like, if it was any other woman in the match, okay, maybe you want to get your briefcase before them. But Asuka, I say there's like half the field of the women. I would not do that if I was Baron Corbin. I would not do that if Shayna was on that ladder. I would not do it if Nia Jax is on that ladder. And I would not do it when crazy ass Asuka is on that ladder. She whooped his ass. Like, Baron Corbin was the second biggest goof of this match.
Thank you. Like, I that was one of my biggest gripes of the match. Like, she's going to get her briefcase. Why wouldn't you go and get your briefcase and celebrate together, right? Is it the whole, I need the spotlight unto myself? and I was a little more disappointed that he wasn't disposed of by the Mist.
Oh, yeah. That would have been nice.
Yeah, we never got the Mist. That's true.
I guess that's a COVID thing. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe they haven't done that since this whole thing started, so.
Wow, good observation. I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Corbin eventually throws Rey Mysterio and Aleister Black over what seems to be like the roof. But, I don't know if you guys noticed, there was an instant splat sound effect which makes it impossible to fall from a roof all the way to the ground that quickly with a sound effect like that.
Like, I'm thinking their roof is like here, and then there's like another floor that comes out, like maybe a few floors down or something.
They had some wide shots, helicopter shots of what the set looked like. There was more roof than to where just the ring was, you know?
Yeah.
Who knows?
But you would have thought they fell off the damn building.
Yeah. I want to lock him up for throwing Aleister over, but I want to give him a medal for throwing Rey over.
R.I.P. Rey Mysterio. I hope what's his name? What's his son's name? Dominic is all well and trained, so he can live on. He can put the mask on, and he can follow in your footsteps.
Eventually, Baron Corbin and AJ Styles are climbing up the ladder. They grab the briefcase. They're holding the briefcase at the same time. Elias, out of nowhere. Who let him in? How does he even know the building code? He hits Corbin with the guitar. AJ has the briefcase. Fumble! He drops the briefcase for no reason, and it lands in the arms of Otis. Otis is your men's Money in the Bank winner.
Disgusting.
If we can get a meme or something that says like if fumbling the bag was a person and then AJ Styles picture. That might take some time to edit, but if we that he is the definition of fumbling the bag. Had it in his hands. Otis didn't even have to climb the ladder. Otis couldn't climb the ladder. Every time he climbed the ladder, the runs break because he's fat. Get it? Like WWE just wanted to hit you over the head with that in case you didn't get it on SmackDown when they did it. They did it tonight. Otis is fat. He can't climb a ladder, even though we've seen Kane, Mark Henry, Big Show. We've seen all these big dudes who are the same size or more weight than Otis climb a ladder, but Otis can't climb a ladder. The disrespect to Otis, so I'm glad for his come up.
To be fair, Kane climbing the ladder is a little more believable than Rikishi climbing the ladder, right? And this is just modern Rikishi, so.
Modern Rikishi.
Guys, let's talk about the concept of Otis winning the men's Money in the Bank. I personally would have been more okay with it had Mandy Rose won the women's Money in the Bank briefcase, but she couldn't even qualify. So, what do you guys think about Otis being the one that is Money in the Bank?
First off, that's a crock of shit. Like, he's not a world title contender. He's already tweeted that he would use it on a tag title shot, but there's reports that they're making him a single anyway.
He actually tweeted that already?
Yeah, like before he won.
Oh.
Wow.
Tucker, man. Tucker's like, what a buddy, what a friend.
Tucker!
But he's gonna just do something stupid with it. I see them putting snacks or something in the briefcase. Like it's just gonna be a running gag.
Do you guys think there's any chance that this is a say Damian Sandow instance where he wins the Money in the Bank briefcase, but he doesn't actually cash in, and maybe AJ Styles comes in, starts complaining, maybe there's a match because AJ did have the briefcase in his hands for a bit.
To be fair, so did Corbin. I hope so. This is the best.
I mean, I will say that Money in the Bank did leave the door open for a lot of cross-pollination between Raw and SmackDown because Corbin did kill Rey Mysterio and Aleister Black, and they're on Monday Night Raw, and Corbin's on SmackDown. And then you also got AJ fumbling the bag for Monday Night Raw and giving it to Otis, who's on SmackDown. So that's a little bit too much cross-pollination.
Split ending?
Yes, we've heard rumors.
It is uncertain times. It's uncertain times.
We've heard rumors of that. I don't want that. So I can see Otis cash. I can see two options with Otis with Money in the Bank. It's either leading up to the Fiend. Of course, we'll talk about that match and the Fiend becoming the heel champion of SmackDown, and then Otis being the triumphant person to take him down. The new hot babyface Otis. Yes, because Vince is in love with Otis apparently, and I don't mind it because I'm in love with Otis too. He gives his hope. He gives hope for so many people, so many fat people around the world. It's like Kofi. It's like Kofi for fat people. But
yeah, I knew Vince loved Otis, but holy shit, I didn't know it was this much.
Exactly. This was a surprise, but he's proven how much he loves him. I can see it happening, and he been the babyface to take down the Fiend, or the payoff to this whole Mandy Rose storyline is Mandy Rose costs Otis Money in the Bank.
Ooh. First of all, my eyes rose when you said maybe Otis beats Fiend. Is that what you said?
Yes, he's the babyface savior because the logic that all these people on Reddit and all these other places have put out there is that the Fiend was taken down by Goldberg because everyone the Fiend has faced, he's had to transform them back to something. He can't transform Goldberg back to anything. Goldberg is Goldberg. Goldberg always been Goldberg. He's never evolved. He can turn Seth back to an asshole and the Monday Night Messiah. He can turn the Finn back to Prince Devitt. He can turn the Miz back to a cocky A-lister. But he can't turn Goldberg back to anything. He can't turn Otis back to anything but Otis. Otis is Otis. So Otis beating the Fiend makes sense in that way.
Or he could turn Otis into someone who used to and no longer works for WWE.
Jesus Christ. Your hate for Otis. Your hate for Otis, it's really sad, man. You need to big up for the brother.
I do love the suggestion of Mandy Rose costing Otis money. That'd be rough.
She's better as a heel, so I'm all for that. First of all, who helped AJ get out from underneath the barbell?
Good question.
And then I also thought AJ was locked in that room. I thought, who unlocked that room?
Yeah, I was wondering that. I thought I missed that.
Is that just brother love or Doink or just helping people out? Like, what the hell?
Possibly. I'd like to think it makes sense.
Lacey also disappeared, right? Was she in the hallway?
Where the hell was she?
Was she
Lacey, didn't Lacey pop up on the roof? Lacey was on the roof.
Yes.
Roof, but did she disappear also between the food fight?
There wasn't as much of a focus on Lacey as I thought there was going to be.
Yeah, right. I thought, I don't know. I was expecting maybe like a phone call. Her kid is sick. She's got to go. Or something. No payoff there. And then what annoyed me as an Aleister Black fan, you can't muscle a ladder away from Rey Mysterio? You gonna really struggle with Rey Mysterio over this damn ladder? Just shove it in.
Fair point.
Well, Aleister Black's never been a strong guy, so maybe, I don't know.
I think Aleister could have got a whole lot more shine in this match than he did.
I agree. They could have done a lot to put more shine on Aleister Black, and he needed it. Out of all the women, it didn't make sense for Asuka to win the match because Asuka was the one that stood out the most.
Yes, let's talk about Asuka winning the match. I thought 100% this was going to be Shayna Baszler, and Shayna cashes in on Becky Lynch, gets her revenge in a dirty, cheapy way. Asuka wins.
Vince is really over Shayna. It's sad.
I was about to say
Vince doesn't give a shit about Shayna.
That wasn't fake.
All the Money in the Bank outcomes told us is how Vince was feeling.
Asuka's commentary throughout this whole era that we've been living in must have won over Vince once again. Vince is an Asuka fan. I don't know.
Yeah, let's hope it doesn't change because I'm here for that. I liked it as a surprise. I think out of the possible ways it could have went, if it wasn't going to be Shayna, I'm glad it is Asuka.
Yes.
Maybe atone for that weird losing streak she had after losing to Charlotte. But what bothered me was immediately after Asuka wins and Michael Cole just jumps back in on commentary, the women disappear completely, right? Before the men show up. But I'm trying to get a gauge on the time frame because it was enough time for all the women to disappear, but it was not enough time for Baron Corbin to get up off his ass and climb the ladder up. Before anybody.
That is a point that I did not think of. Yeah, you're right about that. Holy shit, I need to watch that back.
Do you think that this match made any of these guys seem lower than they were before? Because you had the scenes like early on in the match where they're running behind each other. You had the Benny Hill scenes basically, so it kind of pictures them in the same light that we've seen like the 24/7 title for so long. The lower card acts.
I don't personally think that. Dana Brooke for sure. But everyone else,
you can't get lower.
I'm okay with everything else.
You can't get lower than what Dana Brooke already was. I think that's an even sell there. I think they bitched out Ray gleefully a little bit.
But I think they do that. I think they do that to Ray all the time, anyways.
Yeah, but
Aleister Black maybe shouldn't have taken that bump.
Yeah, I agree. I guess they're gonna put him away to fine-tune his character somehow.
No, don't say that. No.
Well, you never know. I mean, AJ was buried alive and he showed up a couple weeks later, so it shouldn't be all that long.
I'd like to see an AJ Aleister feud stemming from Aleister trying to lock AJ in that room.
I'd like that. Yeah.
That would work a lot.
Guys, what do you think about Asuka Money in the Bank plans going forward? I personally think she should hold on to it until Sasha gets the title from Bayley, and then I'd like to see an Asuka-Sasha feud because we haven't really had that. We've had I think at least one throwaway match between the two of them, but we haven't had a program between Asuka and Sasha. What do you guys think about Asuka Money in the Bank plans going forward?
That jump to SmackDown.
And
Well, the
they
Money in the Bank briefcase, you could go wherever you want, right?
no, they specifically said on Monday Night Raw
All right,
that
well, fuck me.
they actually specifically said on Monday Night Raw, they was like the winner of Money in the Bank goes for the title on their show. So
Really?
that's why they said
Delete everything I said. Just delete.
and that's why it gave away on Monday Night Raw. They previewed and it was like next week on Monday Night Raw, Becky will be confronted by the Money in the Bank winner, and everybody was like, "Well, you're just giving away that somebody from Raw is gonna win this."
Well, then I hate this. I hate this. I don't need to see Asuka and Becky again. We've already saw that twice. It's weird.
As
I
long
didn't
as they
even-
take the title from Becky this time, I'm good.
I mean, I guess it's a tiebreaker now then.
True.
But still, I liked my plan better. What do you think, Marcus?
I totally missed when they said that on Raw, so that's news to me. So fuck me also. I like it if she does it in an edgy way, where the man has another main event, friggin' 97-star match with insert whoever here, and then Asuka comes out right after and chokes her out and takes the belt and dances away with it. Anything
you guys want to say before we wrap up this one?
What a clusterfuck.
I enjoyed the match. I love the match.
But
the outcomes I have problems with.
I'm eagerly waiting to hear what Cornette thinks.
I was entertained by this whole spectacle, and the outcomes actually make me more interested because I thought that my predictions of AJ Styles and Shayna Baszler made sense, but were also very predictable, and we could see a mile away where both were going. So this at least makes me intrigued on what they're doing because I don't know which way they'll go with either Money in the Bank briefcase. So I'm very happy about this. So you guys watching this, post your comments down below. I know I said at the beginning we'll go through all of this, but we decided to make this exclusive Money in the Bank talk roundtable. So post your comments down below and tell us what you think about Otis and Asuka winning the Money in the Bank briefcase and what you guys think will be the outcome of both of those Money in the Bank briefcases. Will they cash it in successfully or unsuccessfully, and where do you think it will rank? So post those comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, push the like button and push the subscribe button. So for Romeo Anthony Colon, for Mr. AE Recap, Marcus Cash, it is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3, and we are signing off until next time.